romantic relationships are studied to directly impact one's mental health. More committed unions are associated with greater health and mental health benefits. According to the Gottman Institute, one of the most important skills in relationship building is the ability to repair. The ability to repair is directly impacting one's relationship and also impacts the strength of a relationship. Self-identity, similarity, and proximity are three of the most powerful influences when it comes to choosing one's romantic partner. Hello everyone, I am Adya and welcome back to my channel Confab with Adya. I'm a practicing counseling psychologist and of course my expertise is relationship counseling, family therapy and goal setting. In this video, let's talk about how to deal with a fragile relationship. Let us try to understand what are the most common problems faced by couples. Probably topping the list today is lack of communication. Communication is the key to any relationship. Another most common problem that is faced by a couple is the feeling of being controlled. Control damages any relationship. Another problem that really causes trouble is the inability to solve problems together. The problems could be any, relating to money, property, intimacy, and more. Another issue that comes up relating to mental health is either one or both partners suffering from one or other clinical disorders, maybe like anxiety, depression, which leads the couple to grow apart over time. To understand the stages of relationship development, let us try to see Knapp's theory of relationship development and therefore learn how to manage your own relationship. The first and the foremost of the stages of development is initiating. Initiating means to start, to understand and getting to know the other person. Further on, after initiating, the stage that develops is that of experimenting. Couple starts experimenting within themselves, experimenting what somebody likes, what they don't, and more. Further on, intensifying their relationship after they have initiated and experimented. Moving on to integration, wherein they merge their personalities and identities. And further on, there is bonding. Bonding is the final stage of a good and the higher rise of a relationship. In the bell curve of the stages, bonding is at the peak of it. After this, there tends to be a downfall. Let us try to understand how does this downfall really happen. After the couples have started bonding, integrating their identities and merging their personalities, the downfall sets on. The downfall begins with differentiating. Differentiating is only about not understanding or maybe understanding the personality of a person that does not really match with your own and therefore circumscribing, which means to lessen or have no communication. Lesser or no communication leads to stagnating. Stagnation is a stage where the couples neglect small details about each other and forget what has kept them together. After neglect, there is a stage of avoidance. This stage incorporates a lot of withdrawal, a lot of understanding of dissatisfaction that has been caused to either one or both partners. It finally leads to termination. It could mean the end of this relationship. Now that we have understood Knapp's stages of relationship development, let us try to understand what are the factors that enable one to lead a healthy lifestyle with a cohesive relationship and positive mental health. Couple cohesion comes from acceptance. When you start to accept the other person, understanding their emotional expression, you are bound to understand what the other person is really going through. That helps you ease out your relationship. What is also important is the self-esteem support given by the partner. Partner dependability is one of the key areas of a healthy relationship. Self-esteem support to your partner can be provided by both physical and emotional intimacy. Let us also try to understand what are the things that are best avoided to have a healthy relationship. the first and the foremost would be aggression. It could be physical or emotional aggression. Another thing that is best avoided are threats of separation. Threats of separation are most likely to lead to termination of a relationship. Let us finally understand the key points that are going to help you have a healthy relationship. The first is communication. Like mentioned before, communication is key to a healthy relationship, and therefore communication is vital through good and bad. If a couple is going through the stage of differentiation or circumscribing, the first and the foremost thing that should be used is stabilization. That incorporates communication, and yes, it solves the purpose. If the couple is at a stage of stagnation, the couple needs social support. Social support also helps in coming to terms with termination. While you're going through all of these stages, if you consider therapy, it also plays an important role. A therapist can help you understand the reasons of growing apart with an unbiased opinion. Identifying and understanding each other's perceptions and expectations can help with the stress of unmet needs. Now you know that simply committing is not enough. Like a ship set on a destination, a couple must learn to steer through rough waves and reach the calm waters as they approach. Thank you for watching my video, and I really hope it helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Confab with Adya, and mail me your questions at confabwithadya@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram. The ID and the link is down below.